Hopefully we can get him.
Did you see last night's Curb?
I couldn't see that, no. I was still watching the series.
So I'm the only one who caught it, because I'm friends with two of the people from Curb now. Best friends. And Earl, you saw it and didn't laugh.
I saw it the first part, when the guy was in the bathroom, I was just like, what the hell is he talking? Like, what is this coming from? I was like, where is this going?
Why can't the N-word ever be used? Ever.
Yeah, well, in the context in which the guy in the bathroom used it, it was mean and vile, and it was just...
I understand, but it was also presented that way to the audience. It wasn't presented as a good thing. But how could this word hold so much power? Like, people, that word can't be used. But you can, in another show, have someone shooting another person with a gun. That's okay. That's what I don't understand, Earl.
Yeah, for me, it's just,
But you're not offended if someone in a movie or TV show gets raped.
No, I'm offended by it, but that word is just with the historical context. The word just conjures up hate for blacks. It does. I mean, even when I hate it when black people use it, I hate when white people use it. I hate the word. Period.
So it can never be used. Last night's Curb went too far for you.
Yeah, it went over the edge for me. I mean, because again, it just came so far out of left field. For that show, it was really out of left field.
Well, everything on the show is from left field. This is the basic cringe TV show of all time.
Yeah, I understand that, but even so, I mean, it's hard enough to get black people on that show to begin with.
What are you talking about? Black people are regulars on that show.
Well,
there's an entire family on that show.
Crazy Eye Killer, Wanda's Cheryl's best friend.
Yeah, so don't act like that. There's more black... Look, you know you got busted. You know you got fucking busted. Because black people do that show.
Well, yeah, they do the show, but, more often than not, you're not going to be driving the show.
So it's not their show. They have shows that they drive. The show happens to be done by a white Jewish guy. That's who drives the show. Only one person drives the show. Larry.
Hey, and I understand that, but you're not hearing, Jewish slurs. You're not hearing Hispanic slurs.
Of course you are. They do Survivor jokes. If you watch that show, they do a cringe thing every week. Every week. There's nothing but Jewish jokes on that show.
And I mean, Jewish jokes, but not words that would really set off the Jewish community.
Well, and not every community has words that will set them off. No other community has a word like that goes so far. You could call any community something, but it's not the same as that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, no. That I will agree with. That the N-word has... That's like the A-bomb of racial slurs, and that's...
Only because you give it that power, though, right?
Yeah, I'll give... Yeah.
It's just a word.
I understand it's just a word, but...
Like, you think that you would be... I mean, to me, the most offensive word would be slave. That's the word that would drive me crazy if I was you.
I know, but who uses the word... but slave in the context of... again, when you say the N-word in a certain context, it is very...
What do you mean in a certain context? Give me the context where it's okay.
No, for me, there is no context.
Then don't stop saying in a certain context, then. Just say if you say it all.
Yeah, I have a problem with the word, period.
Right.
But, I mean, and the way they used it on Curb yesterday, the way the guy in the bathroom, who was basically relaying the story, there was no... I didn't think there was no humor to it. It was just like him saying...
No, that was the point. Here's the shocking word. Then when you try to repeat what was said, that's where the humor came in. No one laughed when the guy in the bathroom said it.
Yes.
That's the point. Here is Jim. Jim, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, guys. 2 weeks ago, when Larry was at the doctor's office, he was called a kike.
And so it happens week after week, Earl, that somebody's put out there. Greg, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, I just wanted to say Earl's off base. I mean, Larry David takes on like the whole Hasidic community with Gina Gershon acting as a Hasid who owns a dry cleaning, and he wants to have sex with her, but they have to do it through a sheet. I mean, don't play the game that it's only directed at one group.
But you're not using that one push button word.
Because nobody else has a push button word. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The second you say this is a push button word, you give the word all the power.
I would disagree that every ethnic group doesn't have a push button word. I think in the Hispanic community, and I'm only quoting here, spick still has a power.
Now,
Hike still has the power.
What you just did there was the way Curb used it last night. I'm only quoting here. Yet you were okay with saying spick. You had no problem saying that.
I wasn't okay saying it.
But you said it in the same exact context as what was done on the show last night. Repeating, quoting somebody else. That's the exact way that premise was set up last night. Here's Dave. Dave, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, hey, Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about Nas's album being called Nigger? His new album.
This is going to shock you. I'm not all that familiar with Nas's new album.
Okay.
Earl, are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I'm very familiar with it, and I'm like...
Would you purchase the album?
No, I would not.
I'm just going to call stores and ask if they have it. I'm not going to buy it, but I just want them to check on it. Here is Tom. Tom, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, I would think not every community has a word, but the Jews have the Holocaust, which is a push-button event, and Larry David jokes about that on the show constantly.
Earl?
Yeah, but I mean... But again, it's not... I mean, they're using an event, and, Mel Brooks has used the Holocaust for comedy.
And he's also used the N-word for comedy.
Yeah, I understand it. And I had a problem with the use of that word.
Except for by Nas. Brian, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, buddies. Hey, Earl, are you offended by the Sarah Silverman show?
Honestly, I haven't watched it, but I heard she uses the word quite, I think, a little bit too liberally sometimes.
It should only be used conservatively?
In case of emergency.
It shouldn't be used at all.
Well, then why do you say in context and too liberally? Why do you say these things, Earl, when you don't mean them?
My feeling is, it was like you can find other ways to say what you want to say, but just don't use that word. That's a word that pushes.
But wouldn't those ways be just as bad then?
Mike, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, buddies, 18332 here. Hooah! Thank you, buddies. I hope that Earl is never, ever the spokesperson for his quote-unquote community, because he is and always will be a stumbling, bubbling idiot.
All right, first of all, I don't even think Earl should be a spokesperson for his species. And I'll even say mammals. Any warm bloods, Earl, I don't want you talking for. Here's Robert. Robert, you're on Run of Fez.
Come on, Ron. It's annoying when you fucking white people want to just have that word and you can't. Just admit it. When there's 10 black dudes in the room, you're not going to say it if you're the only white guy. You guys wish you could have it. And Jewish people make fun of Jewish people. It's okay. Mexican people make fun of Mexicans. It's okay. Blacks say the word themselves. It's okay. But you white people can't have it. Just get over it, man. It's fucking annoying already.
Well, here's the thing, Robert. We have everything else. And this is the one thing on the planet we don't own. Okay?
Yeah.
Because when you look up at the moon, guess who got there? White people.
White people.
Yeah.
Why?
When you look at cars, medicine, TV sets, just turn around and say to people, hey, white people did it again, huh? What do you think?
We're in modern times, though. Modern times, like you had the other week. I mean, we're just in modern times.
You know why we're in modern times? White people. So, again, thank us for that.
Well, I mean, of course, we're going to blast back then. The minorities got to, man, because if you're going to just go back to owning everything from the beginning, we're going to blast back. And, of course, it's going to annoy the fuck out of us when you think you guys are rulers of the fucking universe.
Wait a minute. What does he mean by that, Earl? I don't even understand.
I mean, I didn't know where he was coming from with that statement.
What do you mean, black back?
What?
What did you mean by black back?
Brought back, I'm saying the rulers of, if you're going to say like that, white people invented everything. I'm just saying, where we're at right now, I mean, of course, we're going to blast back. We're going to blast back whenever
blast back. Okay.
Yeah, blast back, yeah.
Well, there are things that we didn't invent. FUBU. FUBU. I don't think we ever would have figured out FUBU.
Lacrosse was not by the whites.
We could do without it.
That really is pretty bad.
I'm not gonna lie. A world without lacrosse would be livable. So, Robert, what is your background?
Mexican-American, and I hear it all the time about everyone from the East Coast, especially illegal immigrants this, illegal immigrants that. I'm a Mexican-American born in the United States, but, I mean, people are going to try to fucking put us in like we're all fucking...
No, Robert, don't throw me in with other white people. I consider myself on a Mexican radio, all right?
Mexican
I'm
radio?
on a Mexican whoa radio.
You don't know enough, man, because you're in the New York area. It's only Puerto Ricans and stuff like that, man.
Same
But over here in
thing.
the West,
Same thing.
come on.
Puerto Ricans are Mexicans that can swim.
Oh, shit. We have to swim to get over here, man, from the Rio Grande. We actually do the swimming to get over here. That's what my mom did.
How do you like it now that you're here?
Oh, my mom did it for me, so
Yeah.
I'm thankful to her that she had to do it for me to give me a better fucking life.
You loving it over here?
I've been here. I was born in California, man. What you think? Of course.
But it's great to get away from your own culture, isn't it?
No, I love going back to Mexico, too, just as much. I mean, you get free prescriptions. I mean, you don't have to fucking go see a doctor to get some pills. I mean, Mexico's just as good as if you know how to enjoy it, you know?
All right, Robert, I appreciate it, buddy.
Hey, Pitsy's a racist. I hate that screener.
Yeah, he is. He's a racist. I'm not going to lie to you. The rest of us are not. Fez is actually half Mexican. He's much like yourself.
On mother's side.
Here is Dave. Dave, you're on Run of Fez. Dave.
Yo.
What do you got for us, brother?
Yeah, I just want to point out to Earl that the whole point of that episode was that Larry was so offended by the guy using the word that he went to go tell the girl what an asshole he was, and nobody can get beyond the point that he just repeated the word to the whole point of his story.
The word has taken on this gigantic thing.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to, sticks and stones, being an adult, gives a shit what somebody says. Live your life.
It physically hurts you when you hear the word, right, Earl?
Repulses me, yes.
Except for by black people. Then you're okay with it.
Not when black people use it, I have a problem with them using the word.
Have you gone around trying to stop black people?
I have told people that have used the word, I'm like, you know what? You can find a better word.
Good one.
But we know that one of his favorite movies is Friday, and he loves
it.
Boys to Men. I mean,
Loves.
Boys to Men. He loves Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, he does.
So come on, how many N-words are in that? And
Yeah, I'll admit I love Fridays, but again,
And you love Reservoir Dogs.
love Reservoir Dogs, but again, that word was just used.
It made the movie.
I don't think
Earl, it made the movie.
quite a bit in
The
that one.
Chevy thing? What a way. All right, Earl. Are we doing on Halloween? Is Death Metal Mo going to bring Unhallowed in?
No, Unhallowed is not coming in. They can't make it this Halloween.
Now, why can't they make it?
This Wednesday. There's work obligations that they have.
All right, let me get this straight. You're a death metal band. You're against all society, but yet you can't make it in here because you're going to work? I feel bad about that. I
Yeah.
would have loved to have the boys in.
Yeah, so I talked to Death Metal Mo over the weekend. They're not going to be able to bring Unhallowed in for an Unhallowed-ween this Wednesday.
Here is John. John, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Ron, George Washington Carver has peanut butter.
Yeah, I can't take that away, Earl. That fucking, seriously, that was fantastic.
Everyone always throws the peanut thing. He was a fine agriculture. The developments he made in agriculture are tremendous, but everyone just throws at the peanut.
Well, that's what he's known for. Give me another development.
He's done a lot more than just the peanut.
Well, tell me. I'm ready to learn.
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Exactly, but you didn't know about peanut butter.
I know he
And that makes the Curie's penicillin look like shit. Because I never want to sit down and have a penicillin and jelly sandwich.
did more than just food.
Here is Al. Al, you're on Run of Fez.
Hi, yeah. Hey, Black Girl. I just was wondering if you'll play some racist white music on your rock radio show.
No, I would not play it.
Why not?
Why not?
You know, if it's downing a race, I'm not going to play that.
Will you play white music on your show?
Not planning on it. No, not going to do it. I mean, because there's just a lot of black artists out there that don't get a lot of airplay and don't get to play.
Franklin Bridge, is that the name of that? Have you guys seen that the next rock thing that's like the American Idol but for rock bands?
Yes, I did see that.
Is that band called Franklin Bridge, the ones that are doing In Color 100%?
Yeah.
Earl, what's their story?
I really don't know much about them other than there's clearly the Living Color influence there. But other than that, I really
Have
don't
you
know
seen
much.
them?
I have not seen them.
Then why would you say clearly there is?
You just did a stereotype that if any of us did, we would be in trouble.
Why would you say clearly there is without hearing them?
Well, most bands from the last 20 years have a Living Color influence.
Oh, that's such a lie.
So the
White
Fuji-
Strokes.
Well, White Stripes. Well, obviously, White Stripes.
White Stripes, The Strokes, Foo Fighters. Any of these bands.
No, I'm saying most black bands will
not
have.
black.
Still, okay. Do the Fugees, are they inspired by Living Color? And don't say that they weren't a band because fucking Wyclef played a lot of the guitar.
Yes, but I would definitely say in the last 20 years, Living Color's had a profound influence on black bands.
Doug, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, I want to know, why does everybody have a problem saying they're an American? Why do they have to say I'm a Mexican-American, I'm an African-American?
Because everybody wants to be cool. Who wants to just be an American? Then you sound like a fucking hayseed. You don't even know where your people came from. You sound like you have no idea where your folks came from. You live next to a mall. That's what it fucking sounds like. Casey, you're on Run of Fez. Oh, finally Casey's calling in.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, Earl, is GGA any different than GGER? Is that okay?
Neither word is okay with me at all. Not at all.
Mars says it.
Yeah, and
how come you never talked to Mars?
And I've done away. Whoa! It's like, where's this coming from? You know,
that's it.
Yeah, but Bronx Johnny, he's using it, and I'll just turn and look at him. So, what are you doing? He's like, he goes, and he'll try to defend it. I was like, please don't use the word around me.
Why don't you do what you want to do? Throw hands. Why don't you fucking throw hands?
I don't know if I'm going to throw hands about it, but again, that word is just pushes a button with me.
Marianne's got a little spy report for us. Spy report.
Spy report.
Spy report.
Spy report.
Spy
I
report.
heard that another guy got taken down today by the saying the N-word.
Who is that?
Dog the Bounty Hunter. His show was canceled. #1 show on A&E TV, and his show was canceled because his son was dating a black girl.
Yeah.
According to the,
I actually heard the phone thing was on TMZ last night. His son must have turned this over to the media, and Dog's saying
it
like,
was private.
yeah,
the phone call.
and he's like, I don't even know what you're doing, marrying a bleep. A lot of times we say bleep around here. They kept bleeping it out.
Wow.
So I assumed that was the N-word. So they took his show away.
They pulled it. #1 show on A&E TV, and it's already pulled.
Already gone.
That sucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's getting a little crazy.
That one is crazy because, again, it's not a statement that he made in public. He made that statement to his son in a phone call that he did not know was being taped. And
exactly.
It's insane, Earl. I mean, even to you, you've got to agree that one's crazy.
Well, you don't use the word at all. You know what I mean? Why?
Can I ask you something then? Why do these rappers have a show? Why do these all these other people able to do their job that use the big N word?
I mean, I don't recall like Flavor Flav show dropping the N bomb or
he's never used it in a song.
As far
because he did not do it. He didn't do this on his show. He didn't do it at work. He did this on a phone call when he was upset with his son.
No, and I understand that, though, but you have to be very aware that...
I'm trying to tell you. Are you telling me Flavor Flav or I Love New York, none of those people have ever used the N-word in their private life?
Oh, in their private life? More than likely.
Then pull the fucking shows. Either pull the shows for everybody or pull the shows for no one. It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
And Earl said disparaging things privately.
Everyone has said something...
Yeah.
That would not pass the muster. That's why, first of all, now you're getting to the point where you can't have private thoughts. That's the scary fucking part of this. Now, first of all, Dog the Bounty Hunter, it's an idiotic show. I'm sure his fans are idiots. You're going to watch a show about a guy who runs around and grabs people. I don't see how that's entertainment. That, to me, it's already a fucking hayseed heaven. But the guy said something to his son privately. That fucking thing was taped without Dog's knowledge and given out to the media. Why doesn't that get on anybody's nerves?
Well, that part should get on it, but we are in this age now where public figures, they're taped constantly.
First of all, watch your language. Public what?
Figures.
All right, never mind then. You're completely right to use that word. But if you just change one single letter, I'm on you.
But public figures, they're taped. Public figures are taped constantly now, whether they want to or not. And you have to be, I guess, more aware of that and be very careful what you say.
Why? What the fuck is this? Russia? Where we have to be careful what we say on the phone to our own son? It's ridiculous.
It's the same thing with Baldwin.
That's the whole fucking reason we have America. So you don't have to be careful what you say, Joe Stalin. Drink up for the America that we used to have.
And I'm
drinking too. I'm fucking tired of this sobriety.
I'm going to drink for Dog too, Mr. B. And after this shot, I'd like to sing you something.
All right.
Here's the dog.
You're not very good at drinking.
Oh, no, it tastes great.
Yeah.
The criminals all around you, in your heart. Oh, you can fight them if you want to, but you don't know the dog. I'm the dog, the big bad dog, the bounty hunter. Yeah, that one's for Doggy. I'm going to pour a little bit on the studio in honor of Dog right there. And Kurt Cobain.
Gabe, you're on my face.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
I wanted to let you guys know, I find it ironic that, like, a year and a half ago, Pat O'Brien had his, crazy phone call. And, of course, it wasn't racist, but it was highly sexual and disgusting, and he was back on the air 2 weeks later, and that was a phone call, so it should be the same thing.
Well, he wasn't on the air 2 weeks later. It was more than a year and a half ago, and he went to rehab. One thing you got to do in this world is go to rehab. If something happens to you, go immediately to rehab. But it is, you're right. The difference came down to the dreaded N-word. He used the word that cannot be heard, even in your own private thoughts.
We're juveniles, I think.
Right, you know what? Yeah, I think you're done drinking for a while. Put that up.
No.
Put that up.
Just one little sip.
No, because you've got a big day ahead of you. You got to pace yourself.
Okay.
I feel bad about the Slash thing today.
Yeah, I just want SLASH.
He is a hero, a guitar hero of yours.
That's all I wanted.
And who wouldn't get this for you?
Roland motherfucking.
Yeah, Roland motherfucking.
And Mr. B.
Yeah.
I typed it out on the word processor. I said, to Dave.
Right.
From one guitar hero to another.
Wow, that's great.
Slash. So he didn't even have to think of what to say.
Right.
They couldn't get it done.
Couldn't do it.
You know what? I might rip up my Slash book.
That would be great. You know something else too, and I'm not going to make a big deal about it, but O&A could have taken care of you on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Roland's a fucking idiot, but O&A, what have you done for them? You come in here, you made out with Earl, you took your pants off, you ate shit. You've been good to those guys.
I feel like this is one small token of appreciation that I fucking deserve.
And how many times before, too, did Opie say he didn't even like you for a long time?
A long time.
Yeah.
And then,
maybe he still does it.
And then at the Bob Newhart Unmasked, he came up to me and said, Dave, you're a great guy. And I said, hey, Mr. H, so are you. But because I felt like we were on the same level
is
that
that
day.
the Unmasked? I went out of my way to put him over with Bob Newhart and say, oh, by the way, this is Opie. He's got a great radio show. He does this. You two guys would hit off.
Yeah.
That's what we do for each other.
That's what.
In a professional setting.
Right.
How hard would it be him to show the same professional thing to you?
Yeah.
I'd like to get this signed.
Just Slash.
Yes.
Just the name.
And if Slash leaves... No, excuse me, Slash. This is important to me. I put you on the show. Why don't you sign something for my friend?
If I may just say, it's because Mr. Bennington has some goddamn generosity in his heart.
That you're not getting from the
High
others.
society.
Right.
Jameson sitting in front of me. Okay,
Big bottle.
It's been proven over Bob Newhart.
Right.
It's been proven over and over again. One fucking thing.
Is that too much?
On a Post-it.
Right. And you know what? Are we... Why is that funny, Fez? His feelings are hurt.
I know, but it was like high society, Jameson, and Bob Newhart. What do these three things have in common?
Booze? I don't know. What the hell kind of match game is this?
You know what? You're standing in judgment, Fez, because your feelings have been hurt. You're living a great life. You go back to the stink apartment, you never have another fucking problem.
My apartment does not stink. Not another trick-or-treater brought it up except that one little girl.
Well, the other ones have manners. Nick, you're on Fez.
How you doing, Ron and Fez?
Yeah.
Listen, I want to direct my comment directly to Earl. Earl, you are out of your mind. You do not realize the environment that your people are creating that is going to send them directly back into slavery. When you do stupid stuff like that, you're giving other people power over yourselves. Stop it. Stop having such silly feelings. The word does not hurt you physically. Leave it alone. Quit giving it the power. Trust me, Earl.
Earl,
are doing themselves a disservice.
Well, you can say that because you're probably, I'm assuming here, you're white.
Pure blood.
Pure blood white.
Amen.
Go ahead, brother. I'm listening. Preach.
Yeah, but you're white. You don't know the power that word still carries in certain circles. In a lot of circles, it still carries a lot of power and a lot of weight. And given the fact that what's going on, don't you think you should be? I think people should just be more conscious of the word. I mean, particularly now that everything is going so crazy on how people are getting booted for using that word. Why not think a little bit before using that word?
Here's Mr. Butch.
What's up, buddies? Hey, I think everybody's missing the point of this. I can't believe Dog's son would set his dad up for like this, especially he's on his show. He's been riding his fucking coattails for who knows how long.
Yeah, but we don't know what kind of money he was getting. I'm sure, you know what, at every point of every son's life, he says to himself, I'm going to get that son of a bitch. It doesn't matter how good you were treated. We've all said to ourselves, I think I can take him. He's getting a little older, a little slower. I think today's the day. It's the lion thing. A lion, he runs the pride, and then one of them sons comes and beats him up and bangs all of his chicks.
The thing about lions, Mr. B, is they take each other on head on. I never seen a lion stab another lion in the back.
No, they don't
with a knife. With a knife, though.
They don't have thumbs.
If they did, they still probably would not.
I don't know. I'm not giving the lions all the credit. You're starting to sound like Shirley Phelps Roper, and we're living in doomed America.
This little son of a bitch, he can't hold Dog's jock strap.
Why would he want to?
It's like a metaphor.
Here, Dad, I'll hold that.
But I mean, this kid, I watched the show, and this kid, he sucks at bounty hunting. Dog is the only good bounty hunter in fucking America.
Okay.
And I'm so pissed off at this.
All right.
Pour a little on the console for Doggy.
No. No, don't.
Don't.
You're wasting that. By the way, you're going to get a bill for that.
Kurt Cobain.
You've been through a lot today.
I have.
You know what it's like. You're our dog. You've been stabbed in the back by O&A.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. O&A. They put their big fucking, Long Island cocks in my ass.
Lucky.
That's true. That's true.
Hurts,
And they
Ron.
both know it.
Hey, Mr. B, one thing I don't like. Double penetration and not getting an autograph from Slash. That's two things. Nevertheless, I think my
I put them both together because you got them both at the same time today. You got a combo meal. You
Right.
got double penetration and
Hate
no
that.
autograph.
Yeah. And this book cost me $29.99.
Did you read it at all?
Not yet.
Yeah, he just scribbled in there. That heroin was good. Then I played guitar. I then I got some more good heroin.
Oh my God! I hope that Axel story that you told was in there.
What one's that?
You told
about him
off the
diving
air.
out? Yeah, he told. He did I tell you that off the air?
Off the air.
Yeah, I think he told that story on Letterman about Axel
I didn't
diving
hear
out of
it.
the car for sleeping on his mom's couch. That's fucking. I'm going to tell you something right now. That Axel's a sensitive son of a bitch.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Jay, you're on Fez.
Hey guys, you guys are Ron. You're great. Fez, you're great. Dave, you're all right.
Thanks for judging us. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the
Hey.
judgment.
Hey, there's Dog's show didn't get canceled. They just stopped production for a little while.
Yeah, I remember when that happened to Imus. Thank you very much. Just to stop production. Hey, leader.
Hey, Dave, why are you still drunk and angry? Maybe you should ban O&A from your party this Saturday. That'll show them.
I can't do that. Well, I can ban one of them. The other one,
I won't come anyway.
Mr. Kumi is going to be there.
Why does he get the free ride? It would have been easy enough for him to say, "Excuse me, Slash."
He doesn't know what's going on a lot of the times, Mr. Bennington. You've seen him, fall asleep and stuff like that. And so I don't think he knows all the ins and outs
He
of the
gets
business.
a free ride of criticism.
No, the man's as nice as can be.
Yeah.
I mean, if St. Francis of Assisi came in here and pissed
You
in my
just got him
ear,
a sissy?
St. Francis of Assisi.
Yeah.
If he came in here and pissed in my mouth, I'm not gonna get angry at him. He's still a saint.
You would literally sit there.
He could piss in my mouth.
Because he was nice to animals? That's the only reason?
Can you think of a better saint in the history of saints than that?
Oh, yeah, Anthony. St. Anthony.
Why? Just because he finds lost
Yes,
shit?
I fucking need lost things. I go crazy when I can't find stuff.
I've prayed to St. Anthony so many times. I lost my ATM card 2 weeks ago, and he didn't come through.
Well, you're out $3.
Yeah, your ATM was lined up with coke and left in a gutter. You were chopping with it. You're killing me. You're killing me, Earl. Hey, Mongo. Mongo, you're on Run Fez.
Morning. Happy birthday, Dave.
Thank you, Mongo.
Hey, if the thing with Dog is he gave his son an ultimatum. He says, "Don't date the black girl. If you do, then you won't have a job." So if your parents give you the ultimatum of don't have a Jewish wife, otherwise you won't see us as parents, what would you do? I mean, he basically gave him an ultimatum.
I would, I would still go out with the Jewish chick, but I would not set my parents up. I mean, how fucking ungrateful is that? They gave birth to you. At least the mom part of it did.
Earl, you've never heard your parents say anything bad against white people?
Generally, no, not at all.
Not generally. I'm saying, did you ever hear them say anything like, well, white people are like that? Or here's what white people do?
Not from my mom. My father, he said a few things in anger.
This is a post-dog world. He's better be careful about what he says. He better watch what he says.
But he won't say like whitey or cracker or, I mean, he won't use a direct.
Why are you using it in front of me like that?
I'm just.
Seriously, do you know what that does to me?
I'm quoting.
When I hear whitey.
I'm only making a quote.
Well, what happens when everyone else quotes? Then you get your feelings hurt. That's what happened to you the other fucking night when we were talking about Curb Your Enthusiasm. Your feelings were hurt because it was a quote taken out. Yet you feel you can do it easily.
I don't feel I can do it easily, and I'm not comfortable saying it, but I quote. I'm only using.
Why did you get mad for Larry David quoting?
Well, the whole setup, I mean, I just thought he didn't have to even go into that brand of...
Why couldn't you have said W or C?
But that would have had no...
I would have known. Believe me. I used to get taunted like that. Hey, Whitey, great house. Hey, Whitey, you live with both your parents. Hey, Whitey, why don't your dad go pay some taxes? I had to put up with it constantly when I was a kid. Hey, Whitey, another great pair of shoes.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
So mean.
I've heard Earl.
Oh, hey, Whitey, how come there's a bow on a Corvette? Oh, it's your birthday. That was terrible, Earl.
Pouring a little bit for a Corvette right here on the console.
Don't.
But
Corvette Summer.
I've heard Earl use some very derogatory terms that he quotes. I can't even say them, but they rhyme with hag and starts with an F.
Yeah, you do that all the time.
He says it all the time.
You do a lot of what I consider hate crime, sexual hate crime,
all the time.
Yeah. There's K-Rob. K-Rob, that name doesn't work for you, by the way.
You don't think so?
Your new name is Bob Bob.
Oh, I love that. That's perfect. It could be Coco K-Rob?
No, that's stupid. It's too long. It's ridiculous. You're Bob Bob.
You look like a Bob Bob.
Yeah.
This is the third name change for
Yeah,
K-Rob.
I know.
We'll get it right.
And maybe once his bet will work. He still can't make that happen for us.
I'm trying.
Here's Scott. Scott, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, this is Scott.
Yeah. What can we do for you?
I just, I don't know, Earl, do you know how offensive the word cracker is that you just used? Do you know the history and the hurt associated with that word?
You don't even know what it means, Earl?
I can't imagine you're even on the air anymore at this point.
Well, I'm probably wrong, but the cracker I believe black people came up with cracker.
Yes.
And it was referring to slavery days.
Yes. In what way?
With the way they would crack the whip.
Yes. Now, how would you like being called a cracker? One who whips people. It's hurtful.
I don't like that.
When I would be called cracker when I was a kid, I used to go home and cry sitting in my jacuzzi playing with my video games with a solid diamond computer. So it was very, very hurtful for me.
Yeah. I don't even care if I'm Indiana Jones, who is quite adroit at cracking a whip. I still would not want to be called a cracker.
Here is... Here's Janie. Janie, you're on Run Fez.
Hi, I just wanted to tell Dave happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, Jeannie.
I have a suggestion. Why don't you take the book you bought back like the intern and get your money back since you wouldn't sign it?
See, you know what you ought to do? Take that book that you bought wipe your ass with it, leave it in O&A's office.
I think I'm getting that book.
What do you got, an idea?
No.
Uh-oh.
You gave it to me.
He's got an idea that quick.
And he must act on it immediately, or it will fall out of his ears.
These are not the droids you're looking for. He just hops up and runs.
He had to take off.
30-year-old infant. Here's Trey. You're on Run Fez.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah. What can we do for you, Trey? You're on the air.
I just want to ask, I'm a black man, and I want to ask Earl, how does that word have power?
How does the N-word have power, Earl?
It's just, for me, personally, it's just a vile, ugly word that just describes black people in the worst possible way. So...
How is that but how is it possible that it's okay for any black man to use it, but when a white man uses it, he loses his job?
No, I don't like the word in any context at all. I don't like when black people. To me, black people using it is just as bad as white people using it.
But the power of the word comes from the person receiving it, not the word itself.
And I understand that though, but why use the word at all? I mean, you can find another word to. Why not say?
There's no other words that we could call black people that annoy you and that you don't want used.
I mean, like what?
We could go on and on and on, and there's words you find offensive, Earl.
Earl, you're going to tell me that you don't know somebody that you have called that word ever?
In any context, no, I've not used that word.
Reggie Jackson.
No.
Okay.
Never.
When you were a kid and you didn't run out of the ground ball.
When you would dog it, I'd boo.
You never called your brother that word when you guys were fighting?
No, never.
I find that hard to believe. As a black man, it's impossible for you to grow up in this world. Earl, you and I are about the same age. It's impossible that you have grown up in the 70s and in the 80s and you never used that word.
No, I'm telling you the truth. I have not used that word in any context. I always hated the word.
Always. I just don't understand how you can give power to words unless you yourself give them to them. Anybody can call you anything they want to. If you don't answer to it, it has no power.
But that word has been used for so long, and 90% of it very negatively.
What's the other 10%? Show me one of the positive ways it's been used.
Not 90%, Earl, because the majority of the people who use that word are black people, and it's not always negative.
And I understand.
Like, what's up?
And I understand that, but why can't you say, what's up, brother? Or,
how come you never say that to Mars? He's not even black. He uses it all the time.
And I've been very upset at Mars for using that word. I'll go like, hey,
behind his back.
You don't have to use that word. I mean, you could use something else.